The New York Yankees have been quietly building something truly exciting, and the buzz around the team right now isn't just about their performance on the field, but about the future stars emerging from their minor league system. One name that has been generating serious attention is Elmer Cruz, a pitching prospect who has been absolutely dominating at Double-A with the Somerset Patriots. At just 21 years old, he is already showing signs that he could become a cornerstone in the Yankees' rotation for years to come. And if you've been following the farm system, it's impossible to ignore the trajectory he's on. What's fascinating about Elmer isn't just his raw talent. It's the way he's developed at every level he's played. He began with Hudson Valley in High A, and he's been progressing steadily ever since, adapting, learning, and growing into a pitcher who can handle pressure, work deep into games, and keep hitters off balance. For a left-handed pitcher standing 6 feet 3 inches, he combines size, control, and an understanding of the game that goes beyond his age. When you watch him on the mound, it's clear that the Yankees didn't just stumble upon another prospect. They found someone with the tools, the work ethic, and the mentality to succeed in the major leagues. What makes his story even more compelling is how he arrived in the Yankees organization. Unlike many of the high-profile names that come through the draft or international signings, Elmer Cruz was acquired from the Boston Red Sox in exchange for Carlos Narvaez. At the time, it seemed like a routine trade, but looking back, it's evident that the Yankees managed to snag a genuine gem. Narvaez had moments of brilliance against the Yankees, but in getting Elmer, the team secured a player with long-term potential who could grow into a frontline starter. It's the kind of strategic move that doesn't always make headlines immediately, but pays off in the long run. And seeing how Cruz has transformed at Somerset, it's clear the organization's scouting and development teams are doing something right. Cruz isn't just about raw talent. He's about consistency, adaptability, and the ability to dominate hitters at every level. His statistics tell a story that any baseball fan would find impressive. This season alone, he has 24 starts under his belt with a win-loss record of 10-7, an ERA of 2.38, a whip of just 1.04, and 166 strikeouts. He's holding batters to an average below the Mendoza line, something that speaks volumes about his control and his ability to mix pitches effectively. From his fastball that has climbed into the high 90s to his curveball and off-speed pitches in the mid-80s, he's constantly keeping hitters guessing. In 2 recent starts, he struck out 16 batters over 11 scoreless innings, which is not just impressive, it's dominant, especially for someone still so early in their career. Watching him perform gives a real sense that the Yankees have someone who could step into the major leagues sooner than many expect. What's also exciting about Elmer is the way he fits into the Yankees' broader philosophy when it comes to pitching. The team has been experimenting with different types of arms, trying to find the perfect mix of right-handed, left-handed, power, and finesse pitchers to create a rotation that can compete at the highest level. Over the past few years, they've brought in talent like Ben Hessa and Bryce Cunningham, exploring new strategies for evaluating and developing pitchers. Cruz represents the culmination of that approach, a young, adaptable lefty who can provide depth now and potentially become a top-of-the-rotation starter in the near future. The way he's grown within the minor league system shows not just his talent, but also the Yankees' commitment to finding and nurturing pitchers who can have a lasting impact. It's easy to get caught up in numbers when talking about a player like Elmer, but the real story is in how he's managed to evolve. Year after year, he's refined his approach, learned to handle hitters at every level, and maintained an ERA under 3 even while moving between teams in the minors. Batting averages against him have steadily declined, showing that his dominance is no fluke. From 2022 through 2025, he's held opponents at remarkable levels, consistently improving as he gains experience. That level of consistency at such a young age is rare and points to a pitcher with both the physical tools and the mental makeup to succeed in the majors. The Yankees' focus on building a strong pitching foundation is evident when you look at their farm system as a whole. Alongside Elmer, players like Carlos Larrange and Cam Schlittler are making waves, showing that the team is not just collecting prospects, They're cultivating talent that can thrive under the pressure of New York expectations. With Elmer's fastball reaching up to 98 miles per hour last season, combined with his precise off-speed offerings, he has the arsenal to keep hitters off balance and control games. And while he may not have the flashiest velocity in the system, his ability to command his pitches, mix speeds, and work through lineups efficiently is what makes him special. Seeing Rodriguez Cruz in action is a reminder of how the Yankees are shaping their future through strategic development. They're no longer relying solely on marquee free agent signings or high-profile trades. Instead, they're finding pitchers in the minor leagues who could develop into foundational pieces. Elmer embodies that approach, combining youth, talent, and poise in a way that promises a bright future for the Yankees' rotation. Every start he makes reinforces the idea that the team's investment in scouting, coaching, and development is paying off. And for fans, watching him progress is both exciting and reassuring. There's something electrifying about witnessing a prospect like Elmer Rodriguez Cruz rise through the ranks. He represents more than just potential wins on the scoreboard. He represents a philosophy, a commitment to building a sustainable, competitive team from the ground up. And as he continues to dominate in Double-A, striking out hitters, keeping batting averages low, and maintaining incredible control over his games, the sense grows that he's on the verge of making a major impact. For a franchise like the Yankees, which has always demanded excellence, having a young pitcher who can step in and contribute at a high level is a rare and valuable commodity. The combination of his physical tools, his results, and the way he has navigated the minor leagues so far paints a picture of a player who could very well become a key figure in the team's rotation in the coming years. Even beyond the raw numbers, what makes Elmer Rodriguez Cruz so compelling is the narrative of growth and perseverance. He didn't come in as a highly touted draft pick or an international phenom. He came from another organization and proved his worth through performance and determination. That story adds depth to his profile, showing that talent combined with the right environment and guidance can flourish. It's the kind of development story that the Yankees love, a reminder that while star power is important, the foundation of a great team is built on careful scouting, strategic trades, and nurturing players who can evolve into stars. As the season progresses and Elmer continues to dominate in Double-A, the anticipation builds. Fans are watching not just for wins, but for glimpses of the future. Each strikeout, each scoreless inning, each display of control on the mound brings him one step closer to the majors, and one step closer to becoming a fixture in the Yankees' rotation. It's that combination of potential and performance that makes following a prospect like Elmer so thrilling. The Yankees are positioning themselves to have a young, dynamic pitching staff for years to come, and Elmer Rodriguez Cruz is at the heart of that vision. As Elmer Rodriguez Cruz continues to rise through the Yankees' farm system, the excitement isn't just about his raw stats. It's about what he represents for the team's pitching future. When you watch him on the mound, there's a combination of poise and intelligence that's rare for someone his age. He's not simply relying on velocity or a single dominant pitch. He's mastering the art of pitching in the way that great starters do, using strategy, timing, and precision to control each at-bat. What makes him particularly interesting is how he has adapted to each new level of competition. In Double-A, hitters are more disciplined, more experienced, and more capable of punishing mistakes. Yet Elmer continues to find ways to succeed, showing a maturity in his approach that far exceeds his 21 years. Looking at his development over the past few seasons, it's clear that the Yankees coaching staff has done an exceptional job in refining his mechanics and pitch selection. His fastball, which started in the low 90s, now consistently sits in the mid to high 90s, touching 98 at times, giving him the ability to overpower hitters when he needs to. But it's not just about speed. It's how he pairs that fastball with his curveball, changeup, and slider that makes him so effective. He's able to change speeds, hit different spots in the strike zone, and keep hitters off balance, a skill that often separates future major league aces from minor league standouts. And despite the increased velocity, he's maintained excellent control, something that can often be a challenge for young pitchers who suddenly gain power in their throws. His ability to combine velocity, control, and movement is why scouts and analysts alike are projecting him as a potential frontline starter in the majors. The Yankees have been actively reshaping their pitching philosophy over the past few seasons, and Elmer fits perfectly into this vision. The organization has realized that relying solely on high-profile acquisitions doesn't guarantee long-term success, and they've placed significant emphasis on cultivating homegrown talent who can contribute for years. Alongside Elmer, players like Carlos Larrange and Cam Schlittler are showing similar promise, indicating that the Yankees are building a deep, versatile pool of pitchers who can eventually form the backbone of the rotation. This strategic focus on the minors allows the team to not only develop talent, but also to experiment with different pitching styles, identify strengths and weaknesses, and prepare these young arms for the demands of the major leagues. For Elmer, being part of this environment has provided the guidance and resources needed to maximize his potential, and the results are undeniable. One of the most impressive aspects of Elmer Cruz is his consistency across multiple seasons and levels of play. Even when moving between teams in the minors, his performance has remained strong, with ERA figures consistently under 3, WHIP near 1, and opponents' batting averages steadily declining. In a sport where young pitchers often struggle to adjust when promoted, Elmer has demonstrated a rare ability to adapt, refine, and improve with each challenge. Watching his progress, it's easy to see why analysts are projecting him as someone who could anchor the Yankees' rotation in the near future. And with the way he handles pressure situations, it's not just about talent. It's about mental toughness, game awareness, and the ability to perform when the stakes are highest. Fans have every reason to be excited because the Yankees are approaching the integration of their prospects thoughtfully. The team is not rushing Elmer into the majors simply because of hype. Instead, they're carefully managing his development, ensuring he masters each stage before moving up. This deliberate approach increases the likelihood that when he eventually reaches Triple-A and ultimately the major leagues, he will be ready to contribute immediately. His recent performances in Double-A provide a glimpse of what's to come. Dominance on the mound, the ability to strike out multiple batters per inning, and the skill to control games from start to finish. It's the kind of impact that transforms rotations and gives teams confidence in their future. Elmer's journey is also a testament to the Yankees' scouting and player acquisition strategies. Unlike some prospects who come through traditional drafts, he was acquired from another organization, showing that the Yankees are adept at finding diamonds in the rough and providing the coaching and environment needed for them to flourish. This speaks to the broader organizational philosophy of combining smart trades, careful scouting, and structured development programs to produce high-level talent. The success of players like Elmer reinforces the idea that the Yankees' future could be as bright as their storied past, with a new generation of pitchers ready to carry the team forward. What sets him apart from many other young pitchers is not just the numbers, but the way he approaches the game. Elmer studies hitters, adjusts his strategy during games, and demonstrates a level of baseball IQ that is rare for someone so young. He doesn't rely solely on overpowering opponents. He outthinks them, exploiting weaknesses and making calculated adjustments that give him an edge. This combination of intelligence and physical ability is why many see him as a potential ace, a pitcher capable of leading a rotation and handling high-pressure situations in the major leagues. Looking at his trajectory alongside other promising Yankees prospects, it's clear that the organization is building a pipeline of talent that could dominate the league for years. Players like Carlos Larrange and Cam Schlittler are part of this wave, showing the same level of potential and skill development as Elmer. Another factor that makes Elmer's rise exciting is his durability and ability to pitch deep into games. In an era where starting pitchers often struggle to go beyond 5 or 6 innings, Elmer has consistently shown the stamina and endurance needed to handle a full workload. This capability makes him not just a temporary solution, but a true long-term asset, capable of contributing meaningful innings and providing stability for the rotation. His physical tools, combined with his refined mechanics and strategic approach, create a profile of a pitcher who could anchor the Yankees staff for years. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. The New York Yankees have officially shaken the baseball world, or at least that's what the whispers suggest. Sources close to the organization are buzzing with excitement after the team confirmed the arrival of superstar outfielder Juan Soto, but that's not all. The Yankees hinted that a second, as yet unnamed star is set to join the Bronx Bombers, sparking feverish speculation across the league. Soto's move to New York has been one of the most anticipated transfers in recent memory. Known for his incredible hitting ability, sharp instincts in the outfield, and the kind of charisma that turns casual fans into lifelong followers, Soto could transform the Yankees lineup. His presence alone is enough to make opposing pitchers rethink their entire strategy. But the mystery of the second edition has ignited even more intrigue. Could it be a seasoned veteran seeking a final championship run, or a young phenom ready to make an immediate impact? The organization is keeping tight-lipped, fueling the rumor mill to full capacity. Insiders suggest that negotiations with this unnamed star have been happening behind closed doors for months, and the Yankees front office may have pulled off one of the most audacious moves in recent MLB history. Fans are already speculating on social media. Some whispering it could be a pitcher with a history of postseason dominance. Others betting on a power hitter with a flair for dramatic home runs. Whatever the truth, the mere possibility of a dual super team in the Bronx has reignited the city's baseball fever. While the official announcement of Soto's signing has energized the fan base, the real story may be the shadowy second star. Analysts are predicting that if the mystery player arrives as rumored, the Yankees could instantly become the team to beat in the American League, and perhaps the entire league. Ticket sales are expected to surge. Merchandise is flying off shelves, and late-night sports talk shows are already dissecting every possible scenario. As the rumor spreads, one thing is certain. The Yankees are back in the spotlight, and the baseball world is holding its breath. Will this secretive acquisition be the final piece that turns New York into an unstoppable force, or just another tantalizing what if? Only time will tell. But for now, the excitement, the speculation, and the sheer drama are enough to keep fans glued to every headline. In a city that thrives on anticipation, the Yankees have once again given fans something to cheer and wildly speculate about. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.